1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons for another weekend mini lesson. Today I'm sharing with you what is probably the most common blues guitar bass line in existence. It's going to have a bit of a boogie-woogie or rock and roll kind of feel depending upon the rhythm that you give it, and it's something that I've been using as an exercise for many years. I use it to improve my finger dexterity, my ability to stretch across the fretboard, my alternate picking, and also my sense of rhythm and syncopation. We're going to begin by reviewing the scale that the bass line comes from, our Mixolydian scale in 3 different keys. Then we'll review our 12-bar blues in which this bass line is going to be played over. From there, I'll break it down for you step by step. Let's get started. Okay, close look at the fretboard, getting started with section 1 of this lesson. Reviewing the scale that this boogie-woogie bass line is built from, the Mixolydian scale, in 3 different keys: key of A, key of D, and also the key of E. So the Mixolydian scale is essentially a major scale, but with the 7th note flatted back 1/2 step. So the Mixolydian scale in the key of A would sound like this: 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. Just in 1 octave for today. Now, if you want to play this over the 4-chord D major or D7, you would simply take everything down 1 string, down to the floor. Okay, so that would be off of the A string then. That's the key of D, A string, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. Okay, then if you wanted to play over the 5-chord E7, you would just take that D Mixolydian scale up 1 whole step. That means 2 frets. Now we have 7, 9, 6, 7, 9, 6, 7, 9. So there you have it, the Mixolydian scale over 3 different keys or 3 different chords in your blues progression. The key of A, the key of D, and also the key of E. Okay, great work everybody. You have the Mixolydian scale down in 3 different keys. In just a little bit, we're going to put that scale to work to create our boogie-woogie bass line. But first, we need to review our basic 12-bar blues progression in the key of A. So that's going to be 3 different chords. The 1-chord A7, the 4-chord D7, and then a very simple version of our 5-chord E7, just fretting the 2nd fret of the A string and the 1st fret of the G string. E dominant 7. 1, 4, 5. And the structure of the progression is very simple. We're going to have 4 measures or 16 beats of A7, 2 measures or 8 beats of D7, 2 measures or 8 beats of A7, 2 measures on the E7, then we'll complete this very simple version of the 12-bar blues with 2 measures of A7. Okay, that's what's going to be played underneath of this bass line. Okay, great work everybody. You've learned the new scale, that Mixolydian scale in 3 different keys, and you also reviewed the basic 12-bar blues progression in the key of A, one of the most important progressions in all of music. Now we're ready to put that Mixolydian scale to work and apply a boogie-woogie blues bass line to that 12-bar blues. Okay, getting started with the A7 chord present, here's how it will be performed over that chord. Real slow and nice and plain. It would repeat. And end right there on the 4th fret of the A string. Okay, played over those 4 measures of A7. So, E string 5, 5, A string 4, 4, reaching, stretching the pinky over to 7. Alright, 7, 7, then we're on to the D string, 4, 4, half step up to 5, 5, 4, 4 again, reaching the pinky to the A string, 7, 7, then we're down to the 4th fret twice. Okay, so 5, 5, 4, 4, sev, sev, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4, sev, sev, 4, 4. And that bass line is going to be applied to each of those different chords. So there it was on the A7 chord. Now, if you take that exact same thing, play it verbatim down one string, just as we did our Mixolydian scale. You play it once over the D chord. All right, so far you have A7, D7 chord comes in. Okay, now in the progression we're going to go back to the A7 chord for 2 measures. So that means we're going to play this bass line just once through. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're ready to finish it up. We're going to go to the E7 chord. So that means we take exactly what we played on the D7 chord, so off of the A string 5th fret, and just move it up a whole step to the 7th fret. Then we're back to the A7 chord for 1 round of the bass line. Okay, great work everybody. You have the bass line down, you've played through the 12-bar blues. Now the next thing you need to do is add a little bit of feel to it. And there's a few ways that you can do this. So the first thing that I want you to think about is syncopation, the quickening and slowing of beats in order to give your music a more danceable feel. So let's hear the difference. Here is the bass line over A7 without syncopation. Here's that same bass line with syncopation. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and always very, very good to count as you play, especially when you're trying to get used to syncopating. So just making it swing like that, it's a fantastic way to make your music more exciting, more interesting. Now the next thing that you can do is you can add a little bit of funkiness to it by shortening the length of some of the notes. We call that staccatoing. Okay, so same bass line with staccato now. So just pumping the finger to get those nice short notes there, make it a little bit funkier. Now you might want to mix together staccato and legato, short and long notes. Something like that. Okay, so those are just a few of the ways in which you can make this sound a little bit more authentic. Now, one last little tip. You might want to also try palm muting to make it sound a little bit more like a bass guitar. So just a little bit more control there by putting the palm right up against the bridge. So you're going to be able to feel the saddle, you're going to be able to feel the pins on the back of your hand, nice and close. If you're too close to the sound hole, it'll sound like this. Not exactly what you want. You still want to be able to hear those tones nice and clear. So that gives you a little bit more control, the ability to bury yourself a little bit more into the mix if that's what you need to do. Alright everyone, thanks so much for checking out this lesson on a blues boogie woogie bass line. Hope you're getting those fingers moving, getting some exercise out of it. Thanks so much to my supporters at patreon.com/swiftlessons. You're making these lessons possible, and I hope you're enjoying the extra resources. I got many more videos coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.